Hello everyone, today I will show you how to play chess. The object of the game is to checkmate the other king. It happens when the king is in a position to be captured and cannot escape from the capture. At the beginning of the game, two players sit face to face and each has the white on lighter color square in the bottom right hand side. Now the arrangement. The chess are arranged the same side in both sides. The first row is set up going from left to right, respectively with rook, knight, bishop, king, queen, bishop, knight, and rook. If you have set up correctly, if your queen is on the same color square as the color of the piece. And the second row is filled with the pawns. The player with the white pieces always moves first. A turn consists of moving one pieces one time. Players take turns until the end of the game. Rules: spaces cannot be shared by pieces. Pieces cannot move through or over any other pieces. Opponent pieces can be captured by correctly moving. When a piece is captured, it is eliminated, removed from the board. Each of 6 different kinds of pieces has a unique way of moving. Pawns move one square forward towards your opponent's side of the board. It can be moved up to 2 squares if it is the first time it moves. Pawns can only capture pieces 1 square diagonal in front of them and cannot capture pieces directly in front of. However, if a pawn reaches the other side of the board, it can be changed into any type of piece. That is called a promotion. Rooks can move any number of squares side to side or back and forth. Rooks cannot move diagonally. Rooks cannot jump pieces, but instead capture the first enemy piece they move into. Knight move in a shape of an L. Firstly, it moves 2 squares in one direction, except diagonal, and then 1 more square at a 90-degree angle. The knight jumps over any piece in a way, capturing any opponent piece in its final move position. Bishops can move any number of squares diagonally. They can capture the first enemy piece they move into. The queen can move any number of spaces in any direction. The queen captures the first enemies she moves into. The king can move 1 square at a time in any direction. Whenever king is threatened, the attacking player must say check. The opponent must then use their turn to protect the king by either moving the king out of the check, moving a different piece to block the path of the attacker, or by capturing the piece that threatens the king. A draw occurs when the king is not in check and the player cannot legally move any of his pieces, or if there is any other situation where there is an impossibility of checkmate. There are a couple other types of unique moves. The first is called castling. On a player's turn, he may move his king 2 squares over to the one side and then move the rook from that side's corner to the right next to the king on the opposite side. However, in order to castle, it must be the king's very first move, rook's very first move. There can't be any pieces between the king and the rook, and the king may not be in check nor pass through check. Second is called an peasant. If a pawn moves out 2 squares on its first move, and by doing so lands on the side of an opponent pawn, effectively jumping past, the other pawns can capture it by the very next move. The pawn must move diagonally to the square directly behind other pawn. The first player to checkmate their opponent wins.